Hello, welcome to this series of lessons on proportion, and this first lesson is on direct proportions. So let's jump right in. So, proportion. So if we say that something is directly proportional, what we're saying is that as one amount increases, so does the other. So for example, when we're driving a car, as the amount of fuel increases, so does the distance that we travel, okay? So here we've got two variables. We've got our variable, which is fuel, and our variable, which is distance, okay? And what we could do with all variables, we could assign them letters, like letters x and y, for example. And when we talk about proportions, we use this symbol here. So what we're saying is we've got y, and then it looks like a capital letter A on its side, or the infinity symbol that's missing a bit off the edge. But this symbol is the symbol for directly proportional. So what this says is that y is directly proportional to x, okay? Or in other words, in this case, we could say that fuel is directly proportional to distance, or vice versa, okay? And as one increases, so does the other, okay? And to show the relationship of these amounts, these variables, we have the equation of proportionality. And it's a very simple equation. All it says is that y equals k times x, and the k is the proportionality constant. It is the multiplying factor, and the word constant means that it always stays the same for this topic, for this example, okay? So the constant will change between questions, but for each equation, the k is always the same, okay? And you'll see what I mean as we answer some questions now, okay? So just a very brief real life example of what this is. So rather than just use x and y, let's show you some real numbers with meaning, okay? So a car can travel 30 miles with 5 litres of fuel. How far can it travel with 20 litres of fuel? So we've said that y and x are directly proportional. And instead of using the letters y and x, we're going to use the words miles to litres, okay? But we're still going to use the letter y for miles. We're still going to use letter x for litres, okay? So the first part when we're solving this question is that we know that we should be able to express the relationship between miles and litres of fuel with the formula y equals kx, because this is the equation of proportionality. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to find k. We're going to find this constant that we can always use for this question, okay? So first of all, let's think about what values we had. Well, first of all, we're told that we can travel 30 miles with 5 litres of fuel. So in this case, y is going to be 30 and litres, which is x, is going to be 5, okay? And you simply put these numbers into the equation, okay? So y is 30, so 30 equals k times, so x is 5, equals k times 5. So something times 5 is 30. You can either rearrange this, so you do 30 divided by 5 equals k, but this one is fairly easy to see that k is going to be equal to 6. Okay, so k is our constant now, okay? And the second step is we need to substitute our new part of the question. We need to substitute what the question is asking us, which this time around, they're saying how far we travel with 20 litres of fuel, and we're going to use our newfound constant, okay? So the information we've got, do we have y? Do we know the miles that we're going to travel? No, that's what we're trying to find out. So we don't know what y is. K, we've got the constant 6. And x is the amount of fuel, which we're told is 20 litres. Okay, so this is the information we've got so far. And we're going to substitute them into this same formula again, the equation of proportionality. Okay, so what do we know? Well, we don't know y, so let's leave that blank. K we know is 6, and x we know is 20. So y equals 6 times 20, therefore y is equal to 120. What does this mean? Well, this means that 20 litres of fuel, so 20 litres of fuel, remember, litres was x, 20 litres of fuel, will let us travel 120 miles, which was the letter y, okay? So that's what it means in a real life example, okay? So hopefully you followed that. It's really not much more difficult than just substituting values in and just solving equations, okay? So let's have a look at some real examples using algebra like you'll get in a question. So first of all, we're told that y is directly proportional to x, okay? And we're told that when y equals 27, x is equal to 9. We need to find the value of y when x is equal to 5. Okay, so first step first, we need to find the constant k, because all these formulas assessing are going to follow this formula, y equals k of x. And we're told when y equals 27, x is equal to 9. So we're going to substitute these values in. So when y is 27, k times x is equal to 9. So something times 9 is 27. Nice and easy one. K is equal to 3. Okay, just to remind yourselves, if you want to solve this, you could do 27 divided by 9 is equal to k, which would be 3. That's how you rearrange this equation. Okay, so we've done the first part, and now we need to substitute our new values in. Okay, so substitute new values, and for this time round, we're trying to find the value of y when x equals 5. So y equals the unknown, x is equal to 5, and our constant k, we now know for this question, is 3. Okay, let's put it all back in again. So y equals k of x, therefore y is equal to 3 times 5, therefore y is equal to 15, because 3 times 5 is 15, when x is equal to 5. Okay, easy peasy. So there's your answer there. So y is 15 in this example when x is y. Let's have a look at a second one now. So y is directly proportional to x. When y is 32, x is equal to 4. Find the value of y when x is equal to 10. So first step, we need to find the constant k. Y equals k of x. And what do we know first of all? Well, we're told when y is 32, x is equal to 4. So let's substitute these values in. So y is 32. 32 is equal to k times 4. Something times 4 is 32. If we just do it properly, 30, we're going to divide both sides by 4. So 32 divided by 4 equals k. Therefore, k is going to be equal to 8. Okay, so we found the constant k. It is 8 this time around, okay? And then part 2, we're going to substitute our new question values in, okay? So we need to find the value of y when x is equal to 10. So y is our unknown. We're told we need to find y when x is equal to 10. And our constant is 8 this time around. So y equals k of x. Y is equal to 8 times 10. Therefore, y is equal to 80. So we've answered that. So y is equal to 80 when x is equal to 10. Job done. Okay? So first, you're finding the constant k for each question, and then you're substituting the new value. So normally you're asked to find y when x is something. You need to use your newfound constant and your given value to find y, usually. Okay? And there's different ways you can make this question harder. So let's have a look at the 2 ways you can make this question slightly harder. So examples 3 and 4, we're told that y is directly proportional to x squared. So this means, before we go any further, we're told that y is directly proportional to x squared. Okay, now this is going to change our formula only slightly. Instead of writing y equals k of x, we're going to write y equals k of x squared. Okay, and that's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same, except we need to remember that we need to be squaring x. Whenever we substitute x in, we need to square x. Okay, so let's think about what we know. We're told that when y is 36, x is equal to 3. So let's substitute these values in. Let's see what we get. So when y is 36, k times x is 3. So k times 3 squared. So 36 equals k times 3 squared. That means 36 equals k times, or 3 squared is 9. So k is equal to something times 9 is 36. Well, that's 4. Therefore, k is equal to 4. Okay, so that's the first round of these done. Then next we need to substitute the values given in the actual question. Remember the question, we're trying to find the value of y when x equals 5. So y equals unknown, x is equal to 5, and our constant k is equal to 4 this time round. So again, use the formula, y equals k x squared. Remember, it's still x squared because we're told at the start y is directly proportional to x squared. So make sure you write the formula right. We don't know what y is, leave y as y. K is 4, and x this time round is 5. So 4 times 5 squared, y equals 4 times 25. That means that 4 times 25 is 100. So y is equal to 100 when x is equal to 5. Job done. Okay, and that's the value of y when x is equal to 5 and y is directly proportional to x squared. Okay, so the only thing that's changed is you have to read the first line of the question, and when it tells you y is directly proportional to x squared, you just have to rewrite this formula. Instead of x, change it to x squared. Let's have a look at question 4 now. So this time y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So y equals 15 when x equals 25. So exactly the same again. Y is equal to k, but we're not going to write x this time because y is directly proportional to the square root of x. So y is equal to k times square root of x. Okay, and that's it. That's the only difference. And then we do the exact same thing again. So we're going to find k first of all. And we're told that when y equals 15, x is equal to 25. So let's put those numbers in. Let's substitute these values in. So when y is 15, k times square root of 25. What's the square root of 25? Well, the square root of 25 is 5. So y equals k times 5. Something times 5 is 15. Fairly easy. K is equal to 3. And there's our constant. We found our constant k now, okay? So here we go. Second part of this now, we're going to substitute in our values. Again, y is equal to k times the square root of x. What do we know now? Well, the question now is asking us to find the value of y when x is equal to 100. So y is a question mark, x is 100, and we know our constant k for this question is 3, okay? So substitute them into the formula now. Here we go. So y is equal to, k was 3 times square root of 100. Well, the square root of 100 is 10, so y is equal to 3 times 10. Therefore, y is equal to 30. 3 times 10 is 30. When x is equal to 100. Job done. Okay? So for all these questions, first you need to find the constant k. And then you're going to read the second part of the question. You need to find if you're finding y or x. You need to substitute your given value with the constant to find the missing value. Okay, so let's have a look at the main task now. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at these questions. Make sure to read the first part of every question to make sure you know what y is directly proportional to. Because to start off with, it is only x, but it does change into x squared and root of x. And for the challenge question, you've got cubed and cube root of x. Okay, let's pause the video and have a go at these questions. Best of luck. Okay, and here are the answers. Very well done if you got them all right. So first of all, you were to find the k, so to speak, the multiplication constant, and then you were to find y when you were given x, apart from question 3, part 2, where you had to find x when you were given y. Okay, so a little sneaky one there. And well done if you got the challenge questions. They're very tough as well. Okay, so next up, I've got a super challenge question for you. You don't have to do this one, just thought I'd put it in for a bit of fun. Okay, so this is the super challenge question. You don't have to try this question at all. This is just one of the hardest questions I could think of on this topic. So one of the most famous equations in the world shows Einstein's theory of relativity, and it is the famous E equals mc squared. And using this formula, he proved that the energy is proportional to mass. And just in case you didn't know, what the letters mean in this is that E is energy measured in joules, m is mass in kilograms, and c is the speed of light in meters a second. Now, some of you might know that the speed of light is a constant. The speed of light in a vacuum, to be precise, it is a fixed speed and it does not change. Okay, so in this case, the c is going to be the constant, okay, as I give in this little hint box down here. So I'm telling you that 1.8 times 10 to the 17 joules is equivalent to 2 kilograms of mass. Using this information, you need to find the speed of light if you're using the formula y equals k of x. You're trying to find the letter c, okay? So you're trying to find what c is. But remember, the constant in this formula is c squared, okay? So you're trying to find the speed of light, which is c. And then the next part is you need to find out how many joules is equivalent to 5 kilograms of mass. So if you're using the formula y equals k of x, for this one, you're trying to find what y is. Okay, so with this question as well, so in physics, you may be aware that you normally have to worry about units. You don't have to worry about any of the units at all. All you have to do is play with the numbers. Whatever number you get at the end, if it's the E energy, you put joules on it. If it's M for mass, you put kilograms at the end of it. And if it's C, it will be in meters per second. So you don't have to worry about changing or converting these units at all. Okay, play with the numbers. Whatever number you get at the end, put the units on the end and job done. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at this super challenge question. Okay, and here is the answer. Very well done if you got that right. Now, like I said, this was just a super challenge question, hardest question I could think of. Coming up is the actual checking question. So here is the actual checking question for the lesson. So y is directly proportional to x cubed. So y is directly proportional to x cubed. Y equals 40 when x is equal to 2. You need to find the value of y when x is equal to 3. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at this question. Best of luck. Okay, so remember, so the formula, first things first, we need to do is we need to find the constant k. So y is equal to k times x. What do we know? Well, we know y. Oh, sorry, it's not x, it's x cubed, because y is directly proportional to x cubed. Okay, so y equals k times x cubed. In this case, when y is 40, x is 2. I'm going to put these in our formula. So when y is 40, 40 is equal to k times 2 cubed. Okay, so 40 equals k times, what is 2 cubed? Well, 2 cubed is 8. So 40 equals k times 8. Something times 8 is 40. K is equal to 5. Brilliant, we found k, job done. Next, we need to substitute our new values into it, the new values for the question, okay? So what are these new values? Well, first we need to find the value of y when x is equal to 3. So y equals unknown, we don't know what y is, that's what the question is. X is equal to 3, and we know the constant k is now 5. So here's our formula again, y equals k x cubed. We don't know what y is. Y is equal to k is 5 and x is 3, so 3 cubed. So y is equal to 5 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 5 times 27 is equal to 135. So y equals 135 when x is equal to 3. Okay? And that's the final checking question. So very well done if you got that right. Well done if you got that right. And the next lesson, we're going to be looking at inverse proportion, okay, which is very similar, but also slightly different. Okay, good work, guys, and I'll see you next lesson. Bye now.